Yes, good morning everyone. So accountancy class. Yes, Mitali is asking, मैम कैसे हो? अभी अभी तो मिले थे 10 मिनट पहले मिताली. Okay, so starting with the accountancy 12th class chapter 4 ratio we were doing. तो बेटा हमने अभी तक liquidity ratios we did, solvency ratios we did, then turnover ratios we did. Till now we have done 3 ratios complete. And on the basis of those I had given you assignment. So first I'm going to discuss that assignment, then we'll start with new ratio. That is the last category of the ratio, profitability ratio. So this question I had given you, just open your done assignment and match your answers, and if your answer is wrong I'm going to explain all the numericals. So in this question you have to calculate liquid ratio, debt equity ratio, working capital turnover ratio. 3 ratios. First of all, you must know the formula for all these three. For all these three, liquid ratio, the formula is liquid asset upon current liabilities. Debt equity ratio, the formula is debt upon equity. Okay. And working capital turnover ratio, the formula is RFO, revenue from operations, upon working capital. So here the question is, and I'm just explaining the answer. Quick assets here are 1,76,000, and liquid ratio here is 1.47:1. Just tell me this is correct or not. I'll send this PDF later on in group. So just here tell me your answer is correct or not. Yes, 1.47:1 is the liquid ratio. Then the second was debt equity ratio, and here the debt is reserve and surplus, share capital, non-current assets. So I think here we need to make the balance sheet. So by preparing the balance sheet, we will be able to find out the non-current liabilities. So in earlier questions, I explained how to prepare the balance sheet in ratio questions. So here you have to prepare the balance sheet to know the value of debt. So long-term debts will be total assets. We all know that asset side is equal to liability side. So what is the total assets? Current asset plus non-current asset minus current liabilities minus shareholder fund. That will be equal to non-current liability. Or by preparing the balance sheet easily we can find out. So you can match your answer here. It's 0.33:1. 0.33:1. Tell me fast, is it correct or not? If not, you can rectify your error. Yes. Next, working capital turnover ratio, RFO upon working capital. So here RFO is given, net RFO 3 lakh, and working capital we can easily find out by using the formula current assets minus current liability. Current assets 2 lakh and current liabilities are also there 120. 2 lakh minus 120, which will be equal to 80,000. So we can find out 3 lakh upon 80,000, which is equal to 3.75 times. Okay. Next, second question, debt equity ratio again and working capital turnover ratio. Debt equity ratio, again the formula is debt upon equity. So here debt is given 6% debentures and 9% loan. These two are the non-current liabilities. So we are going to add these two, 3 lakh plus 1 lakh, 4 lakh. And equity means shareholder fund. Shareholder fund means share capital plus reserve and surplus. So share capital here is 6 lakh. And surplus is 2 lakh. That is the reserve and surplus, DRR, debenture redemption reserve. 6 lakh plus 2 lakh, 8 lakh. So this question is very much easy. Debt upon equity, 4 lakh upon 8 lakh. That is 0.5:1. Now working capital turnover ratio, RFO upon working capital. Working capital we can find out. Other current assets are given and closing inventory is given. Okay, so closing inventory will be added in other current assets. Why? Because if current assets would have been written here, then means it is closing inventory and is already added in current assets. But here current asset term is not given. It means it's not the whole concept. Here other current assets are given. Other current assets means other than those current assets which are given in the question. So other current assets are 11 lakh. And what is the other than this current asset in the question is closing inventory. So it will be added back. 11 lakh plus 1 lakh. So total of the current asset is 12 lakh and the current liabilities are given 4 lakh. So 11 lakh, 12 lakh minus 4 lakh, which is equal to 8 lakh, and RFO is directly given in the question. So the answer is 7.5 times. Next, from the following details, calculate opening inventory. And this question has come in board exam previously. So closing inventory is already given 60,000 and we have to find out opening inventory. Okay. So total RFO is given. So here we have to first find out the inventory turnover ratio. So total revenue is given. RFO is given 5 lakh including cash RFO. So in inventory turnover ratio, need not to do cash RFO or credit RFO because cost of RFO is considered. So to know the cost of RFO, what is given? Total purchases are given 3 lakh including credit purchases. Goods are sold at a profit of 25% on cost. 25% on cost. RFO is given and GP is given on cost. So by using the formula, which we have done many times, yes, which is the formula RFO into 100 upon GP. RFO into 100 upon 100 plus GP. This I told you earlier. Yes. So the RFO will be 4 lakh. Cost of RFO will be 4 lakh. Okay. Cost of RFO is 4 lakh. Many times we have used this formula. Cost of RFO is 4 lakh. Now putting the value in cost of RFO, purchase plus opening inventory minus closing inventory. Simple. We will be able to find out the opening inventory because we know the formula for cost of RFO is opening inventory plus net purchases plus direct expense minus closing inventory. Now we are having all the things in the formula except opening inventory. And many times I have told you that if question is silent about the direct expenses, then you can consider it 0. Okay. So the next question, calculate RFO of BN Limited from the following information. So goods were sold at 25% on cost, and this is how we will be calculating the RFO. So you can say this, and I'll be also sending this PDF in group. So later on you can also analyze again your answer. So in this question, current ratio is given 2:1. Quick ratio is given 1.5:1. Current assets are given. Goods were sold at a profit of 25%. And this question has come in board examination 2019. Okay. So inventory, we have to find out. Inventory turnover ratio is given. Goods were sold at a profit of 25% on cost. So first of all, current ratio is given, current liability, current assets are given. So by using this, we would be able to find out the current liabilities. Current ratio is 8, current assets is 8 lakh and current ratio is 2:1. So by putting the information in the formula, we will be able to find out the current liabilities. Current liabilities here are 4 lakh. Okay, cross multiply, do the formula and cross multiply. Then quick assets, by using the quick ratio, we can find out the quick assets. Current liabilities and quick assets are 1.5 times. 1.5:1. So if current liability is 1, then the quick assets are 1.5 times. So easily we can find out the quick assets, which is 6 lakh. Now we all know that inventory. What is the difference in between current assets and quick assets? That is inventory. So the inventory is 2 lakh. 8 lakhs minus 6 lakh, 2 lakh. Now put the information in the inventory turnover ratio. Inventory turnover ratio is cost of RFO upon average inventory. So inventory here is given, inventory turnover ratio is given, and you can see that in this question no information is given about opening inventory and closing inventory. So we are not going to divide it by 2. So we will assume that the given inventory is the closing inventory only, and we are not having any information about the opening inventory. So cost of RFO is 12 lakh. Now selling price is 25% above cost. So cost of RFO is 12 lakh and selling price is 25% more than cost. So what is the 25% of 12 lakh? 3 lakh. So it means RFO will be 15 lakh. The next question. From the following information given below, calculate current ratio and debt equity ratio. So current ratio, we all know that current assets upon current liabilities. So current assets are given here, other current assets are given. So whenever other current assets are given, we need to add the current assets given in the question. Like closing inventory is given here again, and other current assets means closing inventory is not added in it. So we have to add it. Okay. So current assets, other current assets are 1 lakh and closing inventory is 10,000. So it will be 1 lakh 10,000. Upon current liabilities are given 30,000. So easily we can find out, and I told you already that you have to give the answer in lowest term. So you cannot write 11:3, you have to write in lowest term, which is 3.67:1. Now debt equity ratio, debt upon equity, equity is given here, equity share capital plus preference share capital. That's it. Equity share capital, preference share capital, and net profit is also given. Net profit means reserve and surplus. So that will be added to. So it's 2,50,000. And debentures are given here. 60,000 debentures are given here. So in this manner, we can find out the answer. Next, it was a very easy question, so I'm not going to discuss it here. You must have done this because many questions. You can see the answer. Current assets 3,50,000 and current liabilities 1 lakh. And I think now last one question is left. This was from the given information, calculate the following: cost of RFO, opening and closing inventory, quick assets, current assets. Inventory turnover ratio is given 6 times. Closing inventory is given 6,000 more than the inventory in the beginning. Suppose we are taking opening inventory X, then the closing inventory will be X plus 6,000. Okay. And gross profit 25% on cost. Current liability is 80,000. Quick ratio 0.80:1. This question has also come in boards. So all these questions, whichever I have given you in form of assignment, all these questions are from board. So this type of question you are going to face in board exams, not the very easy question. So if you are doing practice, at least 4 or 5 question, miscellaneous question in which all the ratios will be covered. So you will be able to do the chapter. This chapter is not very difficult because there are no journal entry, no ledger is required there. Just you have to revise the formula and you must know the contents of the formula. Like current asset is there, then what are the contents of current asset, what are the contents of quick asset, then easily you can do the chapter. So you can see that similar by using the same formula, we'll be able to know the cost of RFO, which is 1,92,000. Then opening inventory, I told you X. Then closing inventory, 6,000 more than the opening inventory. So X plus 6,000. Now make the equation and find out the value of inventory, opening inventory. Solve the value of X. Inventory turnover ratio is given. We are also having the cost of RFO, 1,92,000. Then find out the answer, which is 29,000. Opening inventory. So if opening inventory is 29, then closing will be 29 plus 6, 35,000. And in the same manner, we can find out the other variables, quick asset and current asset. Now I'm going to start with the last category of the ratio. Make again a web chart of the last category. In last category of ratio, there are total 5 ratios. Last category is profitability ratios. Already we have done with liquidity ratios to check the short-term liquidity position, solvency ratios to check the long-term solvency position. Then turnover ratios to check the to check the efficiency of the business, whether all the current assets are used efficiently in the business or not. And finally, we are doing the last category, the last portion of the chapter, that is the profitability ratios. As the name specifies, profitability ratios means the ratios which will be giving us a position of the firm's profitability, whether the profits are good or not. What is the trend of the business profit as compared to previous years? We can compare it with the previous years. Inter-firm and intra-firm comparison we can do with the profitability ratios to check the market standing, where we are standing, our profits are less or more, why less or why more. So under this category, in profitability ratios, we have to calculate 5 ratios. Write down the name of the 5 ratios: gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, operating ratio, operating profit ratio, and the last, very important, return on investment, which is known as ROI, return on investment. I am repeating 5 ratios we have to do in this segment: gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, operating ratio या operating profit ratio, then operating cost ratio. The last one is the return on investment, ROI. So today we'll be doing only 2 ratios which are very easy: gross profit and net profit. So gross profit ratio, you all know that what do you mean by gross profit? RFO minus COGS is known as gross profit. COGS means opening stock plus net purchases plus direct expense minus closing stock. You all have prepared trading account in 11th class, and by preparing trading account we can easily find out the gross profit. So in similar way we have to find out the gross profit here, but need not to prepare the trading account. Just by using the formula we can find out the gross profit. So write down the ratio: gross profit upon RFO into 100. One more thing, 2 ratios of the beginning, liquidity ratio and solvency ratios. We were representing the answer in pure ratio form, like 2:1, 3:1, 4:1. And in turnover ratios, we have written all the answers in terms of times. And here all the answers will be coming in terms of percentage. While calculating the profitability ratios, in every ratio we have to multiply it by 100 to know the percentage. Okay students, to know the percentage. So what is the formula for gross profit ratio? Gross profit upon RFO into 100. Gross profit we already know. So it is a relationship between the sales and the gross profit. Means what is the rate of profit on sales? Gross profit means what is the rate of profit on sales. So 2 things we need to calculate. Gross profit, we already know how to calculate gross profit: RFO minus COGS, or cost of RFO. Cost of RFO we have already learned in activity ratios. Opening inventory, remember that if in inventory spare parts and loose tools are there, then we need not to consider it. Opening inventory plus net purchases plus direct expenses minus closing inventories. Or the new formula: cost of material consumed plus purchase of stock in trade plus change in inventories of finished goods and work in progress and stock in trade plus direct expenses. Make sure the direct expenses are given in the question. If not, then definitely you have to assume it 0. Okay. Third formula is RFO minus gross profit to know the COGS. Okay students. So any of the formula you can use it. So next is the objective and significance. Why we are calculating this ratio? The main objective of computing gross profit ratio is to determine the efficiency of the business, whether the resources are properly used or not, and what is the selling operations are carried on. Profitability ratios are always better to have it high. So high profitability ratios are better as compared to the lower, whether it is gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, ROI, or operating profit ratio. All the ratios are higher better, because profitability, every businessman wants to be high in the profit. So that's why higher the ratio is the better ratio. So I have displayed here one question. Solve it fast. It's very easy. 2 years are given. So many times in board also such type of question has come in which 2 years figures are given. It means 2 times you have to calculate gross profit ratio for the year 2019 and for the year 2020. So you know the formula, gross profit upon RFO into 100. So you have to just put the values in the formula. Nothing new you have to do. Find out fast. Put the values in the formula and give me the answer. It is very much easy question because both the formulas are given, both the values are given. Just students, I am waiting for your answer. RFO upon gross profit upon RFO into 100. Yes, gross profit upon RFO into 100. Fast. Everyone. Yes, very good. Yes, everyone is giving me correct answer. You have to just put the values in the formula. Hanji. Yes, everyone has given me correct answer. Very good, students. It is a very, actually this formula is very easy. 25% and 30%. Very good. Now next. This type of questions you have already done in 11th class. I am reading the question. Till then you can start solving it. Compute GP ratio from the following information. RFO 6 lakh and GP is 25% on cost. GP ratio is already given, so don't get confused. GP ratio, this GP ratio is given on cost. You have to calculate it on sales. So first of all, you have to consider the formula which we were earlier using. When the GP ratio is given on cost and you have to calculate it on RFO, then let cost X or one formula I have given you. Whenever the cost GP ratio is given, then you have to add in cost 25%. So the sales will be 125. If we are taking cost as 100, GP is 25. So the sales will be 125. So here we need to know the COGS. So likewise we can find out the COGS 4,80,000. Yes, Anmol, very good. Correct answer. So the answer is 20%. If COGS is 4,80,000, yes, Ayush Agarwal, very good. If COGS is 4,80,000 and RFO is 6 lakh, then the GP will be 1,20,000. Yes, Toshit, Dipanshu, everyone is giving me correct answer. So now the next question. Why others are not giving me answer? Only 4-5 students are giving me answers. This is for you all, not for only few students. I am going very slow. We are just doing one ratio on a single day. Then we are also doing many questions based on that ratio. If you people are doing here only, then definitely there will be no need of tuitions. Okay, Shubhangi, I will not speak up the answer. So I told you earlier also, if you people are taking time finding the absolute answer, then what you can do, just give me the fraction, because you can solve it later on. So I'm speaking the question, telling you the question. Cash sales are 25% of total sales. Purchases are 6,90,000. Credit sales 6 lakh. Excess of closing inventory, over opening inventory 50,000. Find out gross profit ratio. First of all, here what we can do, we can find out the total sales. Total sales we can find out because credit sales are given So assume total sales X and take the cash sales 25% of X, means X by 4. Okay. So cash sales are X by 4 and credit sales are 6 lakh. Cash plus credit is equal to total sales. It means X by 4 plus 6 lakh. X by 4 plus 6 lakh will be is equal to X. So we can find out the value of X. Then, yes, Ayush has given me answer. I am waiting for other students' answer. Yes, very good, Ayush. So the total sales will be here. Total sales will be here. Yes, students, total sales are here. This 8 lakh. Now find out the cost of RFO. For cost of RFO, everything is given. Purchases plus change in inventories. Opening stock minus closing stock is known as change in inventory. Okay. So purchases are given 6,90,000 here. And excess of closing inventory over opening inventory is given. That is 50,000. Excess of closing means change in inventory is negative, because in formula, to know the change in inventory, we use the formula opening stock minus closing stock. So if closing stock is more than opening stock, then change in inventory must be in negative form. So 690 minus 50,000, which is equal to 640, is the cost of RFO. So easily we can find out the answer. So next question, next topic. Such type of questions we have to do in gross profit ratio. Now next ratio, net profit ratio, same. Everything will remain same. Only instead of gross profit, now we have to take the net profit as numerator. So the formula for the ratio will be net profit ratio is equal to net profits after tax. Remember that it is after tax, not before tax. So net profit after tax. So whatever the net profits you were getting in 11th class, the final answer of P&L account, that were the profits before tax. So if net profits are given and tax rate is also given, then you have to deduct the taxes first. Then you are going to consider the net profit after tax upon again RFO into 100. Means GP ratio and NP ratio. Why we are doing two topics today? Because both the topics are same. Only a minor difference. In GP ratio we have to consider GP, and in NP ratio we have to consider NP, net profits after taxes. Now how we were finding out the net profits? GP minus what we were doing, all the indirect expenses. GP minus all the indirect expenses like salary, rent, insurance, loss by fire, loss by theft, depreciation, amortization, sundry expense, selling expense, distribution expense, charity, advertisements, means all those expenses which we were writing in P&L account in 11th class. All those expenses will be deducted. Plus other income. In chapter 3.2, we have added other income. Other income means credit side of P&L. Whatever we were writing in credit side of P&L, what things we were writing, do you remember? Credit side of P&L. Can you give me any 2-3 examples? हम क्या क्या लिखते थे क्रेडिट साइड ऑफ P&L में, कौन कौन से इनकम लिखते थे? सबसे पहले हम स्टार्ट करते थे ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट लिखते थे क्रेडिट साइड में बाय जीपी. जीपी के बाद और कौन कौन से इनकम लिखते थे, बता सकते हो? आई एम वेटिंग फॉर योर आंसर. नो. Yes, Shubhangi, rent received, interest received, very good. Discount received, Harshita Sharma, very good. Rent received, discount received, yes. Bad debts recovered, one more, bad debts recovered. Commission received, yes, very good. Yes, discount received, rent received, commission received, bad debts recovered, interest received, dividend received. All these are the other incomes. So to know the net profit, because here we are not going to prepare the P&L account. So just by using the formula, we have to find out the net profits. So what is the formula? Gross profit minus all the indirect expenses. Indirect expenses means all those expenses which we were used to write in P&L account. You have to deduct each and every expense which is not direct, plus all other incomes. Other income means dividend received, interest received, rent received, commission received, bad debts recovered, discount received. All these are known as other income. And RFO will remain same. RFO means net sales into 100. Higher the ratio is the better ratio, and it will be showing the overall efficiency of the business. The funds are utilized in better way or not. So here you have to find out, like in this question, you have to find out net profit ratio. So GP ratio is given, you can see from the solution, and next question you are going to solve yourself. So here you can see that the gross profit ratio is given 25%. Cash sales were 2 lakh and credit sales were 90% of the total sale. And I have told you earlier that whenever only gross profit ratio is mentioned 25%, it is not mentioned along with that either it is on sales or on cost, then we will assume that it is on sales. So 25% of sales. Cash sales 2 lakh and credit sales were 90% of the total sale. So again, by taking X, first of all, we will be assuming sales, total revenue from operations, cash sales plus credit sales. So cash sales are given 2 lakh or 90% of the total sale. And credit sales are again in book X is not assumed, so you can find out in any way in the manner in which in book has solved the question, or you can assume the X again, but better to follow the same formula again and again. If in book, in every example, in every question, formula is changed. If you are going to change your concept again and again, that it will be very difficult for you. So better whenever you have to find out the total sale, then use the X formula. So assume the total sale X and the credit sales are 90% of the total sales. So 9 by 10 X. Then add up and find out the total sale value. Total sale value is 20 lakh. By solving the X, you can find out the total sale value, which is 20 lakh. Now, you have to find out the GP. GP is 25% of 20 lakh. So it means GP is 5 lakh. GP is 5 lakh. Now find out, is there any indirect expense? Yes, 20,000. So GP minus indirect expense. No other incomes are given. So we will be not adding it. So net profits here are 4,80,000 upon RFO, which is 20 lakh. So 4,80,000 upon 20 lakh into 100, which is equal to 24%. So it's very simple. So next question you are going to solve. So this is the question. From the following information, calculate the net profit ratio. You can start solving it till I am reading it. Revenue from operations 5 lakh. Gross profit 2 lakh. Already gross profits are given. So easily you can find out the net profit by using gross profit formula. Salaries and wages, it is indirect expense 45,000. Then advertisement expenses, which is 10,000. Then interest 5,000. I told you earlier that if nothing is mentioned with interest, then we will assume it as interest paid. Interest paid. In 11th class also I told you that when only interest is given, received is not mentioned with interest, then we will assume it as interest paid. So 5,000 is the interest paid. Then rent. Along with rent, you can see that income word is mentioned. Along with rent, income word is mentioned. It means it is rent received. It is rent received. Okay. So find out net profits. RFO is directly given to you, which is 5 lakh. Formula is net profit upon RFO into 100. So what will be the net profit formula? Gross profit minus all indirect expenses plus all indirect incomes. Okay. So what are the indirect expenses here? 45,000 salary and wages, advertisement expense 10,000 plus 5,000 interest. So indirect, total of the indirect expense here is 60,000. 45 plus 10 plus 5. So 2 lakh minus 60,000 plus rent income 60,000. So the answer here is 40%, and many students have given me correct answer. Yes, very good. Anmol, Adit, Akash, Toshit, Vaibhav, Ayush. Yes, Anushka. Everyone has given me correct answer. The answer is 40%. Next question. Try it fast. I'm reading the question. RFO, revenue from operations, 8 lakh. This is the last question. GP ratio is 25%. Again, GP ratio will be on sale until it is mentioned cost. Then you will be assuming it on sale. So the GP here will be 25% of 8 lakh, which is equal to 2 lakh. So you cannot, students, stop here only. You cannot solve this question because we have not done till operating ratio and operating expenses. All these things we have not done till now. So you would not be able to solve this question. Tomorrow we will be doing this question. So first, yes, Harshita Sharma is asking about tax. So beta, whenever tax rate is given in the question, only then you have to use the tax. And in these questions, tax, no information was given about tax. So we are not going to use the tax. But suppose if here it was mentioned that tax rate is 50%, then after calculating the profits here were 2 lakh. So 50% of tax we have to pay. 50% of 2 lakh is 1 lakh. So 2 lakh minus 1 lakh. So we will be considering the net profits of 1 lakh.